Just how fabulously transforming the finding of understanding of the human condition is going to be for your life and for the lives of everyone else can be most quickly illustrated by listening to the most esteemed piece of music ever written. Indeed, it was chosen by the EU, the European Union, as its anthem. It is the climax from the chorus of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. All humans can relate to that piece of music. A chorus of human voices rising to a crescendo of excitement over a glorious breakthrough in the human journey. It's an expression of immense jubilation about a fabulous time of triumph and relief. A time, in fact, when the human race is finally liberated from the agony of the human condition. As the words sung in the chorus of voices we just heard actually proclaim, and I'll read them to you. Joy, joyful as a hero to victory. Join in our jubilation. We enter drunk with fire into your sanctuary. That is, understanding sanctuary. Your magic reunites. All men become brothers. All good, all bad. Be embraced, millions. This kiss for the whole world. So the lyrics are clearly an anticipation of a time when all humans will be drunk with fire, in a state of absolute joy and jubilation, when the kiss of liberating, healing, understanding of the human condition finally reunites all people, both the good and the bad. And as I've explained, the issue of good and bad in us is the issue of the human condition. So this piece of music is about a fabulous time when the all-redeeming and all-healing and all-transforming understanding of the human condition is finally found. The time when we're at last able to reconcile our capacities for good and evil with compassionate understanding. Indeed, the issue of the human condition has been such a fearful subject that the fact that I'm talking about it so openly and freely gives you some indication already that understanding of it must have at last been found. So again, what I'm talking about is not another of those futile, mindless, reality-denying, let's pretend the human condition doesn't exist, pseudo-idealistic, socialist, politically correct, left-wing, dogmatic demands for utopia, or for that matter, another of those superficial, think positive, motivational, so-called New Age treatments of our human situation that can't and doesn't last, but a profound addressing and permanent resolution of the underlying cause of our species' immensely troubled, good and evil afflicted core problem of our human condition. So no, this is not another deluded dream of utopia, but a real event that all humans have hoped would one day arrive, the time when the whole world will, as Beethoven's symphony anticipated, enter drunk with fire, of joyful jubilation into the sanctuary of a human condition reconciled world, where all people, both the good and the bad, will at last be permanently reunited with each other and with their true self, as Jung said, made whole again. Wow, so this is the breakthrough of breakthroughs that the whole human race has been waiting for. Yes, this is the most exciting moment in human history when we can at last make sense of our existence and genuinely and permanently heal our troubled souls. It's the moment when the ancient, debilitating black shadow of the so-called burden of guilt of the human condition is finally lifted from our shoulders and all humans are welcomed back into an ideal state. Or to use religious terms, welcome back into God's fold. The Bible's reference to our banishment from the Garden of Eden obviously banishment from a pre-human condition afflicted sort of original innocent state has ended because we've finally found understanding of why the human race lost its innocence, became corrupted, fell from grace. The lifting of that dark shadow of the human condition opens up an absolutely glorious and wondrous world for us all. It is as if humankind has been living in a world of terrible darkness, and a door has opened up to allow light of redeeming and rehabilitating understanding to flood in and sweep all the darkness away forever. So yes, we are talking about that time that humans have, for example, prayed for when they recited the Lord's Prayer, the time when your kingdom comes. In other words, when the ideal state of a human condition reconciled, healed, peaceful, all-loving world would finally re-emerge. And given the plight of the world, this great culminating breakthrough in the human journey comes not a moment too soon. Now, I should immediately say that this drunk with fire state of excitement that now comes to the human race is not something that will take generations to come into effect. It's here right now for you and for everyone else in the world to access.